Okay, well, I guess today's the day. I'm going to start tearing this twin cam engine down and see for sure what I've got. To the last video, I got a lot of really good comments from people, helpful comments. I was looking for the engine number in the wrong place. It's on the back here, and it is missing, but I was looking in the wrong place. Somebody pointed out that this intake manifold is a very early one. And yeah, a few things like that. Now, the first part of this teardown should go very quickly because Tim had a lot of stuff off of it in order to take those pictures that you saw in the last video. So the intake and exhaust manifolds are not even attached. I just gotta pop off of there. The one though is very tight. There it is. Okay, good. I got my bench completely cleared off. I got all the 1500 parts off of there because I don't want any cross-contamination between my twin cam and the 1500 parts. And we'll give her a little more nitrous oxide. If you watched the last video, you know what I'm talking about. I've slipped the timing chain cover back on. I'm just trying to wrap my head around this thing. Like, looking in here, what the heck does that thing do? It's got a hole, which is threaded. It's directly in line with the end of the camshaft, also threaded, but it doesn't even touch it. Like, it's about 1/8 of an inch away. What does it possibly do? Exactly the same on the other side. It looks like it's, I don't know if you can see that, it looks like it's perfectly aligned with the end of that shaft, but doesn't seem to do anything. So that's a little bit confusing. Anyway, that's it. We only had one screw back in there. Now, I'm going to get my phone and take a bunch of close-up pictures of exactly how all this was wired. You can see, actually I'll bring in, not sure how well you can see, but you see this here, all these bolts are wired so that they can't come loose. Same thing over here. Wires run around through all there's holes through everything. And then it's twisted off, so I want to get some pictures of how that was done. Interesting, there's an oil line that runs from here that's oiling that bearing for this shaft, I presume. And they go right into this here. So there's one that comes off here and goes up to here. One comes off and goes up to this one, and one comes out and goes down to down here. I don't know what all these things are yet. So I'm going to shut the camera off for a minute while I snap a half a dozen pictures, and I'll be right back. Now, looking at the camshafts, I can't see anywhere at all on any of the lobes. Like, it looks like this hasn't even been run. Let's see. I'm still not going to turn it over because I don't know what that little piece is that's sitting in one of the cylinders, and I don't want to do any damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it apart and see what's what. Just taking a peek underneath there, there's not a lot of wear. I guess right down this end, there I can see there's a little bit of wear. So, yeah, okay, so it has been run somewhat, but, and let's see what it looks like down here. And nothing in there. Interesting. I'm going to take this tensioner off. I've backed off the pressure on it. What I have done here, nothing is moved. Everything is pretty much seized up. I haven't really tried to force anything. I've marked the sprockets. You can see my mark there. Same thing on the other one. And I did much the same down below as I do down here. I just put it directly across there and made a mark. Now I can get things back into exactly the same position they are now, but I would have thought that you would just, I know there's a couple of marks on the gears that you bring around to line up. There's a, no, I can't even spot it. There's a T right there, which is probably means for top dead center, and there's a matching one on the crankshaft gear. So on reassembly, or at least if you're going trying to go from those marks, you'd bring them across from one another, and then I'm not sure yet, you know, where the timing marks have to go. You can see the one underneath there, and where is it? There's one on this other sprocket too, but yeah, well, there it is, right up there. But anyway, the manual says to make your own marks and line it back up with those marks, so it seems strange, but that's what I'm doing for now. This is only temporary anyway. This is just to take it apart to get a look at it. Well, doesn't look bad. I can feel a little bit of a ridge in there, so it's definitely been run. Interesting, a little cut along there from the oil. Looks like they put a little oil way in there to get the oil out to the rear of the bearing. I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. So that's intake. I mean, they look pretty good. It's been run, but it doesn't look bad. Okay, come on in, have a look. Now, there's really no sign of wear on those, I don't know what you call them in the case of a twin cam. They're tappets, cam followers, I don't know. I'll have to find out what the proper term is. Definitely no pitting or anything to indicate that there's excessive wear or anything. They all look nice and smooth. Everything is in there pretty tight because that, like I said, that assembly lube has hardened and made everything very stiff. And so I think I'll pop the head out and get it onto the bench. Oh, just a minute. I got a hold of one. Well, here we have it. That's just a cap. And that goes right over top of the valve spring. So yeah, pretty direct. Anyway, look down inside there and you just get kind of a pretty orange valve spring. They look brand new. And okay, well, I guess that camera was off for a little while, but what you missed was me climbing up that ladder onto the table so that I could get a better grip and lift the head off because I wasn't able to do it standing down here. So this is what it looks like. The little piles of seed and sawdust and whatever. Like all the holes are filled with, it looks like seeds. Apparently the fellow was a cabinet maker like me, and so sawdust goes everywhere, but that looks more like seeds. And down inside this one, I better get my light. I don't know why this is giving me that flicker. It's just something to do with the frequencies, I guess. Anyway, there's the cylinder head, and yeah, it looks like it was all just cleaned up and put back together and ready to go. The little blue caps are just the plugs blocking the spark plug holes, but yeah, spotless. Okay, well, I've got her off the bench and onto the engine stand. And I guess I'm going to take that front plate off, and I have to take this gear off in order to get that off. So So I still have to go out to the outside. At least it's coming off nice and easily. Have to come off one at a time individually. This chain really doesn't want to flex anymore. It's going to have to get soaked in my Varsol tank for a while, and then soak it in some oil. Again, no evidence of wear though. All the gears on that half-speed shaft are not gears and sprocket, are all separate, so they have to be taken off one at a time. Just on that pin. Oops, I have shims. Okay, well, so far everything looks like new in here. I pulled the center main off. I don't know how well you can see in there, but there's not a mark on that crank. It is like new. Likewise for the liner. I mean, the other thing I did was to pull out the oil pump, and I mean, there's really no wear, no marks on that. And that's make sure I get her back in there right. And I found all the marks for the engine A147 on the at the back here, and there's also an A147 right there. Same thing at the front, A147. So I'm hoping that that is going to provide some information on this engine. I don't think this engine needs anything but a good cleaning and a proper reassembly. I'm kind of torn now. Do I keep going and tear it down and do all that right now, and then let it sit for another year or two before I actually need it? I start restoring. I got to finish Dolly off. That's one thing. One of the viewers asked me if I intended to carry on with Dolly and get it finished, and I don't want to abandon that one. I want to get it done. It puts a lot of pressure on me now to try and get it done as quickly as possible, because I am excited and anxious to get on with the twin cam now. But yeah, so it might be a year or two before I can even start thinking about doing anything. And so it would probably be better off just to oil everything good, put it back together, not do too much right now, and then do a proper tear down and clean up later. I'd still have to order gaskets and whatnot. It give me a little bit of time to study and learn more about these things. Okay, so I have my bore gauge preset to the factory spec, 2.969. I think that's right. Anyway, so what it will read on the little screen here is how much greater than that. I guess I'm going to have to come around and try not to block your view. I've got 5 over. And then if I go down lower, 3. Okay, so now I have to do the same thing in the other direction. And I'm not going to turn this around every time because that'll throw the settings off. 10. That's not good. Go down at the bottom here. 10.5. Now, the same thing the other end here. 0.003. So, oh, I got a 2.5 there. We'll call it 0.003 again. And then go in the other direction. At the top first, 0.0065, 0.0025. Okay, so now I need to rotate the engine. Okay, so this is what I've got. All of these are measured in this direction, and the ones up on the top are the ones that are measured across the cylinder. So a lot of them look really good, but I've got a little bit too much clearance on cylinder number 1. Or not clearance, too much wear on cylinder number 1 and cylinder number 3. I think I need to, maybe I'll have to give Jim Alcorn another call. He's built numerous engines. He's got 5 in the shop right now. I just spoke to him yesterday, but I didn't have these numbers. So I don't know if I can get away with this. According to the manual, anything over about, I think, 0.006 is unacceptable. Anyway, I guess I need to do a little more digging. If I have it bored 10 over, that would pretty much clean it up. Maybe have to go 20 because of this 10 and 10.5 here. But that would mean getting a whole new set of pistons, which they're not cheap. Anyway, have to figure that one out. At least now I know. So in summary, it looks like I've got an engine that was put back together and ready to run. I do have some wear in the cylinders. I'll have to think about what to do about that. The head has been ported and polished. It may have upgraded valve springs. That I don't know yet. The intake was also all cleaned up and polished up. I don't know about polished, but certainly all casting marks were removed, and it's all been smartened up all through the intake manifold. Camshafts, I believe, are usable. This little area here on both of them that is broken off, apparently that's a common occurrence. It's still usable because there's over 50% of the collar there, and that collar rides in this slot. And the way those get broken off, as per Jim Elkhorn, who I was speaking with yesterday, if you start undoing the cam from the front and all the way to the back, then the pressure from the valve spring will push this up and it'll snap that collar off. And I guess that happens a lot. So I didn't do it, but it's been done in the past. But apparently it's not a big deal. They can still use them as long as you got 50% of the collar, or in excess of 50% of the collar. Okay, I'm going to try and call the person that Tim got the engine from, and see if I can't get a little more information on the history of this engine. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, is this Bert?
Yeah, did I just miss a call from you?
You did. You did. Tim gave me your number. You sold him a twin cam engine, an MGA twin cam engine, and I bought that engine off of him. Yeah, he gave me your number and just said you might be able to fill me in on the history of it and stuff.
Well, my dad, he loves MGs, and he had, I still have 4 of them. I've got 3 TVs and a TC, and then he had a TF and a 58, or I guess it was a 59 MGA coupe.
Oh, yes.
And so somewhere along the line, we're talking about 40 years ago, he found that twin cam engine.
Yeah.
And of course he knew it wasn't an original for that 59, but because it was unique and he ran into it, he thought, I've got to have that engine.
Mm-hmm.
And he never did pursue looking for an original twin cam body, which is the cool thing where you can put the 2 of them together.
Right.
And so, I mean, that makes it the greatest when it's all original like that.
Yeah.
But that engine was kept in either in his, he was a cabinet maker. That's what he did for a living.
So am I.
And yeah, Tim gave me your website, and I went to your, what do you call it, YouTube?
Yeah, the channel.
Yeah, and I saw a couple of videos there of you trying to get that motor going on your MGA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the one that was actually the twin cam. That's the one I need the engine for, so it's pretty rough, but it's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was just a short clip from a much longer conversation, but thanks to Bert for sharing that with me. And now this engine has to be put back together. I'm only putting it together to go back into storage for another couple of years. So all I'm really trying to do right now is preserve it until I can get to it, which hopefully won't be very long. But thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.